Hi, Cancer. I'm glad you're joining today. Thank you for watching Confessions of a Gypsy. I'm excited about doing this report. You've got the weekly report right now of the 13th through the 20th of March 2016. I'm doing this reading this week for a particular reason. I feel like it's a high energy week. There's a lot of shifting going on. A lot of people like to look at what they've got going on astrologically at the beginning of the month. But I really feel this week is very powerful when it's laying a lot of groundwork for a lot of people and there's a lot of shifting going on. So I focused in on this week, and I'm focusing in on cancers in order to this week to kind of tell you a little bit more. If you've got a sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign Cancer, I'm hoping to give you some insight. I focus on all things light, bright, and healing. So if you're finding that this information I'm sending out today is useful and it helps you, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe to my page. And more, also, if you'd like to reach out to me individually for a private reading, my email address is gypsyspiritualist@gmail.com. Okay, so I do a couple of things. I utilize tarot cards, I utilize intuition, and hone into the energy of the group that I'm working with, which right now is Cancer, and I also create solutions. So I like to focus in on the light and the bright and how to get there if we're struggling. So one of the things I do is I create a blend of things from the earth, which this is essential oils and other herbs that would come together to help you either open up your chakras or open up your energy centers or help you to heal, and in order to come from a place of love and light. And this is just what I put together for Cancer. Okay, so right now, I see assessment. Like, I'm cocking my head too because I'm feeling it. Like, let's look at this. um, it's interesting with every reading that I do. I kind of pick up on an energy, and then all of a sudden I'm like a different person. So here we are. Let's look at this. This is where you're at. You might be editing something or looking something over, evaluating it. Maybe a project. Maybe you're looking to see if you're just going the right direction with what you need to do. It's a good time to look at what your goals are. I know we always do this at January 1, but maybe right now is a good time to do it. Maybe you set some goals and maybe you need to go back and look at them. You might be getting sidetracked, or you might have been getting sidetracked for what your goals are. Maybe you've got fitness goals. Maybe you've got some dietary goals, and you're feeling like you're a little off track. Well, now's the time to look at that and really put yourself right back where you need to be. Because you can actually make progress if you can evaluate what you need to change. Your theme this week is very beautiful. It's the sun sign card, and it's the card of light. It's one of my favorite cards. When it shows up, you are at a time to let everything out. You're evaluating, but you're also going to communicate this. You're going to share what your thoughts are, whether it's to a significant other or work colleagues. You're going to let it all out. And it's going to come from a good place too, because it's a card of light, and you're full of, this clarity and understanding because you've evaluated it. So now you're ready to let it out and to give the world what your thoughts are. And don't be afraid to shine, and don't be afraid to come from a place of, don't be afraid to let your little boy out, the little boy inside or the little girl inside, and the giggly, humorous self that you have. And then just do what feels exciting to you. Do what feels like it's going to give you energetic vitality, and it's going to make you feel excited about life. Okay, so that's what your theme is this week. Now, your challenges, this is what I like to look at, what your challenges are, because this is where I can help you with the blends that I put together with essential oils and Mother Nature. You're challenged with your creative self, your sensual self, and your feminine side of self. So it's kind of interesting because this is really where your challenge is, this putting the creative self out, putting that out. You're not feeling the abundance and the nurture to put your vision out into the world. So that's what you need to do this week. That's kind of your big overlying theme this week, and yet that's your challenge. So that's interesting. Because inspiration is always all around you, and for some reason it's feeling blocked right now, this inspiration, and maybe this is your crown chakra that's blocked. I would have to get it more individual, but I'm getting eat healthy, eat really healthy and really clean, and listen to yourself, connect with nature. What about, gardening? What about smelling flowers and trees, and maybe even buy yourself a bouquet of flowers this week? I know this all sounds very silly, but, for me, I have, you can kind of see the essential oils that are coming into the air. I've got some oranges coming, a lot of citrusy type of trees that are flowing in through my airways here, and you can see it. And this is how, right now, when it's not quite flowery yet outside where I live, this is how I get that. I take it in. Take it in, because when you do that, you're going to connect with the earth, and it's going to help you feel inspired. So take a hike, go on a hike, look around you at the beautiful things, and you'll be able to connect more with your creative side, because you really need to give that this week. So you need to remember kindness, and you need to remember caring, being caring, to be caring, and go back to being like a child, kind of, where your compassion is. You haven't yet detached from your compassion. Not that you are detached from compassion, but a lot of us, as we grow older, we detach from a lot of what makes us compassionate individuals. When we're kids, we're so compassionate. So when we see something that's like hurtful, or somebody else is being picked on or bullied, we're like, but when we get older, we're like, yeah, that's life. So we kind of detach from it. Go back to that place where we're super in touch with that child compassion and sensitivity, innocence. Go back to that innocent state of being, because when you do that, that's going to, I know you know what it feels like. So you know what it feels like to be innocent, and to come from that place in your life. And this is the Six of Cups card. So the child, this is really important for you to think of. You can even think of yourself as a child, and that will help put you there. You know what it feels like to be innocent, to be a child, and that is your guidance. That's kind of the place that you need to come from right now, that you need to remember that child, that you inner child. So the lesson you're learning this week is somehow tied to money. That's interesting. So I feel like a lot of this is related to work and career and money, connected to your money. A lot of the creative projects you're working on and getting it out, I feel like that's related to work, and I feel like might be related to work as well. This is like the lesson of the wealthy. This is the lesson of what successful people do. This is being conservative where you need to be conservative, and being successful and practical, and but also like enjoying luxuries of life. This is the King of Pentacles is the card that I'm getting for your lesson this week. So this is really, success and ambition, and this could be a side of yourself, or this you really literally could learn from somebody that is successful this week, that is ambitious, that this could represent somebody in your life, or it could be a side of yourself. For many of you, this is you. This is a side of you. This is you're being careful with your money, but you don't mind spending it on a nice car, or spending it on a nice pair of shoes, or, for me, it would be a nice purse. But it's you don't mind spending it on yourself, and but you're being conservative, and you're being thoughtful and considerate, and Yeah, this is somebody thinks of their family and thinks of their kiddos, and is patient, and oh man. So that's the lesson that you're learning this week. You're learning about patience, and you're learning about these successful strategies. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep a journal of, and even call it like successful strategies, and just jot down all of the things you're learning this week. It's a really big week, and you need to get past a creative block anyway. So that would be a good way to do it. The gift of this week, and this is coming up for a lot of people, so don't feel bad, and it's not bad. It's the Tower card, which a lot of us are going through this right now. This is your gift. This is your beautiful thing that you get. You get to go through and let go of the old and bring in the new. And this can be a surprise. This could be something that kind of comes up for you that's like, oh my gosh, I did not see this coming. Like, what just happened? But it's really a good time to examine your beliefs, to look within, to think about what you think or feel with this particular situation, or all of your situations, your life, yourself. Look at yourself. Look in the mirror. This is a good time to you might change the way you look. You might update your style. Your sense of self might come through as a result. But this also can reflect on money, and this, to me, because a lot of your reading today has been connected to your money, I think it would be a good idea to be conservative, and to have your emergency supplies ready. Just have a rainy day fund, and to be prepared. But this is kind of the card of shaking things up. So everything, like, if it's at work or whatever, and you've got, like, everybody does the same thing, and everybody's say, this is the time to say, hey, let's change how we do things. And sometimes changing how you do things is like, well, why would we do that? Why would we change? Why would we, it's hard. Like, okay, we already do it this way. Why would we do it that way? And now you need to do it that way. So let's change it up. So that's really the gift this week for you. It's a good place to have the Tower card, because the Tower card can be a difficult card sometimes to have, but you have it as a gift, which means it's a positive thing, and you're going to have positive surprises, and this will be really good. And I think it's going to be a really good week. So look at it, take a step back, assess what you've got going on, and let's unblock some of your creative blocks that you have going on. And so reach out if you want to look at having this blend for you. And like and subscribe to my page. My email, if you would like a private individual reading, or for me to make you a private individual potion, my email address is gypsyspiritualist@gmail.com. Thanks for watching today. Have a wonderful week.